All right, and we are live. What's up, ecom empires? Nick here, and today I got with me Yik Chan. And as you can see, the title of this post, I think this is exciting. We got him in here to talk about scaling to 30K days with drop shipping. Yik just recently posted that in our private group, and I saw that, and I was like, man, I want to get this guy in the group so we can talk about what he's doing that has allowed him to get to that stage and what's working for him. So let's jump into it, man. Nick, I'm happy that you are here. What's up, Marvin? Good to see you here, brother. Yeah, Nick, happy that you're here, man. Happy that you made some time for this. So let's start off, I guess, by just giving you a chance to introduce yourself and talk about what got you into drop shipping. Like, if you've been doing this for a while, or is this something that's kind of brand new for you?
Okay, so hi everyone, and hi. Well, thanks Nick for inviting me to this interview. So actually, we hit like 37K, which is our top number, like just a few weeks ago. So which is really nice on that day, and then we bank in around like 7K profit just on that, and not to mention the cashback and all the other things. Okay, and actually, I have been doing e-commerce in 2016. It's like around 4 years ago. And then we try to scale it high. And actually in 2016, we already hit like 10K a day with one of our cats store. Okay, I don't mind sharing because it's from a very long time ago. And then all these things is just like amazing journey because I just starting ecom during that period for a few months, and then we don't know whether it works or not. And which I just using the same strategy until now. Because I saw a lot of people, they try to learn a lot of new courses, all these kind of things. They mainly focus on general stores. Okay, they find winning product and then they make a one product store or do any kind of things with video ads, all these kind of things. But for me, I still keep my basic structure, which is what all dropshippers are doing in 2016, which is a niche store, which is a brand niche store. Okay, all my 4 stores are from 2016 until now. They're the same. Everything is the same. We just build the same niche, the same brand around it. And all our ad are image ad. Okay, the people say, okay, why don't you, how can you make image ad work? Think about it. Everyone is using video ad, right? And then we are using image ad. That means there's zero to none competition. And not to mention, we focus a lot on Facebook, and we target the people that are, which is a little bit older, like 30 or 40 years old, and then they prefer more on Facebook other than Instagram. So that's why a lot of people try to diverse traffic in Instagram, all this kind of area. And that's why we try to bank in a lot of money just in the past few months. And the people, because they have finished all their reading or scrolling on Instagram, they move it back to Facebook. That's why all the CPM are dropping. That's why we make the good opportunity of the chance right now. And then we just scale harder with all our brand store. We use a lot of lookalikes, try to we market all our old winning product since 2016. That's why actually we didn't do a lot of work. We just relaunched everything and then use the new strategy like the Big Bang method from Justin, and then it works. And then we just keeping momentum and over again. And yeah,
Okay.
this is how we do it. Yeah.
Super interesting. So I didn't realize that. So these stores have actually you've had these stores for a while, but
Yeah.
this product now, so $37,000 in a day, which you said is your record day, right? Your biggest
Yep.
day?
Yep.
Okay. And so these products are products that you are basically revitalizing. You're launching these again. They're products you've sold in the past.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit. Let's figure, you said some interesting things in there. One is definitely the image ad. So I would love to talk a little bit about your process there because most people, I run image ads too, usually mostly for like jewelry or POD products, but I would love to hear about like with the image ad, if you can just talk about what makes it work for you, like the format, maybe like the type of image it is. Is it a lifestyle image? Is it like just a product picture? You know what I mean?
Okay, so this is a little bit trick that I use. Basically, most of the people they source their product from AliExpress, right? And they always find an AliExpress seller. They have a lot of order. They're gonna use those images, right? What I do with my image is I always use the first photo that the AliExpress seller use because it works on AliExpress. That means people pick that photo in order to go to that page to buy the product from the AliExpress seller, right? This is the first photo I will use, and then I will pick a few more, which is I will make it into like a college ad, like the 4 to 5 photo putting it together, and then another one will be like a testimonial ad that I downloaded from the AliExpress, like those people using it. And normally it need to look very stupid, very ugly, and then not very professional photo because those are the photos that Facebook love because it feels like someone shared the photo, like their friends or family share the photo, right? So I always use those photos, and I always make at least 3 ad copy. So 3 photos with 3 different ad copy, and then like 6 to 7 combination of it, and then I'll just post to Facebook, and then let Facebook to pick the winner for me. This is one of the easiest way for me to do it because with image ad, you can save a lot of money and time to create a new video because you can just keep testing more product. And right now, the more product you test, the more money you can earn. Not just focusing on one video because you never know the product is saturated or not. Even you make a very, very professional video, it does not mean it will work because other people will just steal your video for that. But for us, with image ad, it's less copyright issues because the photo is from the seller. And yeah, it's easier for you to post 10 or even 20 photos in the same day.
Yeah. And you're testing multiple photos in the same ad sets, right?
Yeah. Like one asset, I will put like 4 to 5 or even 6 ads inside it, and then I will have like 10 different assets, okay, with different interests, and I will just let Facebook to pick a winner. Yeah, okay. Sometimes because this photo may work for this interest and this photo may work for another interest, so we never know until we test it. So we just give the money and give the time for Facebook to optimize it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. It makes sense. Okay. And when it comes to your testing strategy, so this helps you test quickly, right? You're using or instead of having to get a video made, you're cycling through a bunch of different images to test quickly, and you're taking these images off of AliExpress, right?
Yep.
That's fantastic, man. That's something that everybody, especially if you're newer or if you've been struggling, like you're hearing how simple it can be.
Really simple, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we actually have some questions coming in. I have my own questions, but some of these are really relevant. So somebody asked if you're split testing the photo against videos or if you're just split testing photos against each other.
To be honest, it really depends on the product you are selling. So if you're selling a product that really need a video to explain how it use or any kind of feature with it, sure, you're gonna use some kind of video, right? But if your photo is just like accessory, like print on demand, all this kind of product, yeah, just more photo is already enough. Sometimes maybe just a slideshow, use the Quick by GoPro. You can make a very simple slideshow video with the software, and then you can just do it. But for me, I prefer not to put image and video at the same time in the same asset because Facebook always prefer video. So it would you put all the budget into the video and you cannot have enough budget spent on the photo ad, then you don't know whether your photo ad is working, right? Instead, I will use it in the retargeting ad. So if you have video, I will put it in the retargeting ad. That's why it gives the warm audience more different feature or more idea that what you are selling. Then we put it over there. If the video works, then we'll take it out and then do another testing on it with the co-audience.
Got it. So to clarify then, that day, your record day, right, the $37,000, that was a dropshipping product, and it was just all images in the ads that you were running?
Okay. A lot of people thinking that when most of people do big number, they are counting on 1 or 2 products. But for me, I have like 20 products running at the same time. Okay, they have big winner, they have big winner. So small and big winner combination together. That's why I will not drop myself in just the next day because I have many products running, small and big winner at the same time. So that's why most of them, but I think all of them is using photo. I seldom use video because it just saves me a lot of time, and then I can keep generating new creative for that one. And I have a bunch of product running at the same time. That's why I don't need to care about whether this product dying off or all other things. Just the momentum, the consistency about it.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, that's really cool. So we'll get back to the many products in a second. Marvin had a question here. He asked if you're using multiple ad accounts on that to achieve that 37,000 in sales. Was that multiple ad accounts or one ad account?
Multiple ad accounts. Really try to diverse your ad account. Like even you have the one big store that's doing a lot of numbers, you still need to have 4 to 5, minimum at least 2 ad account on it because different ad account will have different performance. Even for the same product is working in ad account A, you can duplicate the same things to ad account 2. If it works, maybe give you more, if better ROI too. So it's actually like a way to scale up the product or scale up the ad account. That's why, because think about it. When we need to scale to a big number, you cannot suddenly increase a lot of budget on the same ad account because we always hit the threshold. Like some ad account can have like 5K day maximum. But if you are doing like 30K, if just with 5K ad spend, you cannot hit 30Ks, right? That's why you need to have multiple ad accounts that you already warm it up for like a few months already that you're spending 100 or 200 per day. And then like when I scale up, like last few weeks, I can easily hit each account with 5K day. Then I can easily bump to 10 or 20K I spend per day. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm curious about, because I have multiple ad accounts, I've never actually used 5 at the same time, but usually at least 2. Are you using, what app are you using to have? Are you multiple pixels, or are you just sharing the pixel for the different ad accounts?
Yeah. So I have 4 store, right? That's why minimum I already have 4 different ad accounts for each of them. And then if one store is doing really big, maybe one store is have like a big niche store. Some, for example, like yoga, the spiritual niche. You can have like a yoga, and then you have the Buddhism and all these kind of different niches, right? Then based on that, I will separate into different ad account so that I can easily track that whether which niche is working in that niche store. And then, yeah, basically this is what I do. So I one big store, I have like 5 ad account on that one that I can easily split it based on different niches, and I know which niches is working in my that brand store.
Okay, got it. So let's talk about. I want to talk about your product testing strategy, because I think this will be really valuable for a lot of people, because this tends to be where people get hung up on. And I saw the post that you had made in the group, inside the coaching group. You had said that you tested 30 products, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, I guess, just kind of your approach to testing 30 products, how you found them, and then when you're testing them, are you testing them all at once, or do you split it up over a few days? Just kind of your thought process on that.
Okay, so I will be really open to you guys. I'll literally telling you my strategy, because I have 4 different stores. They all have different testing strategy. So just take out your notebook or whatever, okay, or do a recording. Okay. So for my main store, because I've been running for like a few years already, I have all my data ready. Like I have an email list of like 200K email list. So I can test the product through my email or ManyChat, or I just post it on my Facebook page. And I can know which product is going to work. So just based on engagement, this is one of the way I do it. But a lot of people is just starting. They have no idea how to do it, right? That's why I have my other new store strategy. So basically, if you have a niche store that you have been doing it for a few months already, you should have some winning interest. You should have some winning custom audience or lookalike or page engage, right? Then I will just be marketing them with a carousel ad or video ad with like 10 to 20 product in it that I upload on that day or of that week. Okay, that will based on the sales of that week. Then I know, okay, 2 product got sales. Then I will pick these 2 out and then do a single product launch on that. So I always use a broad targeting with all the product together, like a video, slideshow, or carousel ad. And then I just let the Facebook to pick the winner for me, and then I pick it out and do another single testing. Okay, so this is for my brand store, for the big store. Okay, but for my new smaller store that they are not mature enough, that they still like thinking about which niche is working, then for that time, I will try to do around 4 products at the same time in one campaign. Okay, like 4 products, 10 different single interest assets. I just put all 4 inside each asset, and then I let Facebook to pick the winner. But make sure that those 4 products is like similar in audience group. Okay, this is what I do, and then you can save a lot of money on testing, and you can set $5 or just $3 per day. This is how I started in like 2016, because I do not have money. A lot of you don't have enough money, just have a credit card with 1K budget in it. Then that's how I do it, and then I pick a winner, and then you just scale up based on that. And if you have more budget, then just do it with 10 single interest asset, worldwide, Facebook feed only, and then with 1 product with like 3 to 4 ad copy inside the same asset. So this is what I'm doing right now, because I have a lot of budget right now, and I'll be investing all my profit back to the product testing. Then I will do that method. So around 100 to 200 USD per product testing. This is what I do if you have more budget. If not, then you can just use what I tell you, 4 products in one campaign. Then you can just $100, you can test 4 different products. And based on that, you can know whether this interest work, whether you have enough click, enough add to carts, then you know which like direction you should go for. It's going to save you more time and save you more money, and then you can hit the number faster.
That's super interesting, man. That's really interesting. I have not personally ever tested that way. So basically, you know the niche, niche that you want to, that you're starting with, and you're going out and you're finding a few good product ideas for that niche that will have similar audience groups, right? And then you're getting 10 different audiences or something like that, and then inside each audience you're testing the 3 to 4 different products.
Yeah.
And then when you're testing those 3 to 4 different products, are you still using dynamic creatives for each one of the products so that you can test multiple images, or are you just like setting up, say, like 3 different versions of the product with 3 different photo ads inside each audience?
One photo per
One
product.
photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means just 4 photos, which is 4 product, and then inside the one asset. Then you can make 10 different inches and then put it there. You're gonna save a lot.
Exactly. And so at that point, you're doing it to figure out which one has the most traction. And then when you figure out which one has the most traction, you move that into its own testing campaign and you start to test multiple photos.
Yeah. Multiple and more interest.
Yeah. And more interest.
And that brings us to another suggestion I know, because a lot of people, they don't know what to do when they find a potential winner. Like if a product is winning based on the testing campaign, they don't know what to do, right? A lot of people, they just want to bump the budget or duplicate the same asset to like 3 to 4 times and then double the budget, right? It never works. To be honest, it's going to waste you a lot of money. But what I do is I will continue to put in 5 new inches per day on that campaign. Okay, like you have 10 inches there. It's working. You know it's working. Maybe you got 4 to 5 sales and you're profitable in that campaign. What I do for the next coming 7 days, I will just put 5 new inches again to make sure that it works. Even for after I put 35 new inches, then I will scale it harder. You don't want to scale up some product that too massively, then you just mess up all your pixel and mess up all your ad spend. Then you will not have enough cash flow. So I will do it slowly, bit by bit, with how I scale up from a testing product to like a semi-scaling phase.
Yeah, I do that. I like to move. I like to move in steps too, so it's consistent and you don't get too far ahead of yourself. What is your testing budget? Are you testing it $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day? Like, how do you set your budgets up?
It depends on the profit margin of that product. So if Facebook ad spend keep increasing, right? Like since 2016, we know that you never can get a product for $5 for per purchase most of the time. Right now, the average cost per purchase is around 10 to 15 or even more. So you need to have a product that have a margin of at least $20. So if I have product of $20 or above, I will use $5 per asset. Okay, if it's below $20, I will just use $3 because it's gonna save you more time, and because even you have a sales, you can still know your ROI is still profitable to cover all the other assets which is dying or not working, and so that you can at least break even. Then you have more data point to play with. So $5 per asset, then I will do 5 to 10 inches. Depends on how confident you are with that product or how much budget you have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. Especially a really good point that you mentioned that is something worth restating for, again, anybody that might be watching that is still in the phase of looking for products, is having a $20 margin. That is really important, because it's something that if your margins are too small in a product, no matter how good of a product it is, it's going to be really hard to make money selling that product, because you're not going to be able to go anywhere with scaling.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so cool. So your testing strategy is super unique. I like that, and you've set it up in a way that you can test a lot quickly. Are you doing this consistently, or are you always testing like this, or was this a special occasion that you just felt like it's really time to jump in because of how cheap traffic is right now on Facebook?
Consistency. Just keep doing it. Because it's, to be honest, for the past, like in late November, I didn't get into my business a lot of time, because we start e-commerce in 2016, and 2017 is doing a really great year. And I think I also met you in the Singapore event with Steve Tan, all these kind of things over there. And then after the call, I was like, okay, Steve Tan told us that we need to be a team, because he never worked inside the business. He just worked on the business to let the business run, and then he let the manager let everything to do it, right? That's why in 2018 and 2019, I disappeared from Facebook. Basically, I don't turn on my Facebook. I just let my team do all everything. And then I go to Cambodia, I go to Philippines to build my VA company. So I have 2 big teams right now working for me throughout for those few years. That's why I make them consistently doing their own work. And then for me, I just focusing on the business. Like I set the target, I let them do the work. I know this is a little bit different for the people who are in the live right now because they don't have a team. Maybe they just have 1 or 2 VA. They never know how a real business works. But for you, Nick, I know sure you have a team already. You know you need to let them to do the work. You need to delegate work to them, right? But for us, basically, we just sit here and then saying something. Maybe we are not doing it, but it's our team to do it, right? So this is what I recommend to all the people is that you need to always think it like a business, not just a part-time, not just like a freelancing. You treat it like a real business. That's how you can scale it up. If you treat it like I just want to make $100 or $200 per day, yeah, then you will be really small. You cannot be consistent on what you are doing. That's why for me, no matter the market situation, I would just tell my team, okay, 30 product per week. No matter what, we just want to increase the number, not reducing it. Because this is how we outwant all the competition. Because no one is willing to do that, right? No one is willing to do 30 product per day, even they have the budget. They will just find it too difficult. I do not have time to do it. But that is the simple is neat, right? The simpler your system, the simpler how you do the testing, the easiest you get the results. Don't get overcomplicated with all the things.
Yeah, I mean, really well said. And I'm sure that's part of why you've been able to keep these stores running for so long is because you're constantly in a phase of testing new stuff. And one of the things that I wanted to actually ask you about that, because it's impressive that you've had the same few stores since, several years now. So other than testing products, what would you say about diversifying a little? Are you just doing drop shipping? Are you doing also print on demand? Any sort of personalization with some of these stores to help you keep them going longer and keep selling to the same customers?
In terms of customer, okay, we always look for long-term relationship with them, right? So for my store, we have around 20% to even 30% of orders per day are from our returning customer. So this is a really, really impressive number, I think, even in the market right now, because you need a lot of returning customer to build up your traction. You don't even need to look for new customers. You just need to send email to them, retargeting to them. Then we test a lot of cheap budget, right? And what I do with my store in terms of diversification, there's lots of things, okay? Like, for example, we can do pre-on-demand. It's very easy to do pre-on-demand if you already have an existing audience that you build from dropshipping. Like you have a niche, like let's say yoga niche again. You can do yoga pants with all kind of print on it. You can just a lot of pre-on-demand store can or application can offer the same product, hoodies, all these kind of things, because they will buy it for sure. Because you just put it there, there's no cost for you. You just need to find a designer. Yeah, the cost is the designer. Okay, that's why I train my own designer. We give them the skills and videos, let them to do it. Then he can keep creating new design for me, and he can also be like proactive. That he know which product is working. That he will recommend me to do Facebook ad on it. Then that's why for the past. Actually, the last week, the product that we are winning that hits the 36K, 2 of them, the big one that's doing 10K days, just for that 2 product, is rug and watches. Okay, because they have high margin, right? The rug we can sell for $100, right? Then the margin is like $50 or $60. Then we can keep pushing it. That's why you can play a lot around with the Facebook budget. And it's pre-on-demand. You don't need to care about shipping. They will handle everything with you, and you can pay it through PayPal, all these kind of things. You don't need an ordering team for that one. And then I also do the personalization. We have one product that's totally not related to our niche, but we do Google shopping ad with it, and it just keep generating sales with us for the personalized product. It's like a Mother's Day necklace or for daughter's necklace, those kind of things. And then we sell like around 100 of it already that we just do on the Google ad. We never do Facebook ad. For Facebook ad, it never works. But for people who search a lot on Google, then maybe my page, because of a lot of audience or a lot of traffic, maybe he show up earlier on the Google search. Then that's where we get a lot of free organic sales just from that one. So personalization, pre-on-demand, dropshipping, and also private labeling. We have some product that we privately source from the factory or from the AliExpress seller, and then we make it with our own box, and those are more higher margin product, like $100-something US. Then for those products, you sure want to make it more premium, right? Then we put a sticker on it, we give give a coupon on it, and that's how we diversify on those ones. So pre-on-demand is the most easiest one to do. You just install it, download a lot of free photo, and then you can just spray it there. And then personalization, those jewelry kind of things, you can put the name on it, like the app called Shine On, those kind of things. The Shine On is a good one. We also have that one.
Yeah. Shine On is a really good one. Yeah, really, really smart. POD does go so well with drop shipping. So I imagine actually, and somebody just mentioned a comment about this. They said, that it's really smart move because you're probably increasing the amount of organic traffic that you're getting as well. So is that something that you've seen over time where, as you've been running the same stores that you really started to see an increase in organic traffic for these stores?
Yeah. Because when normally you need to have a store that's old enough. The Google know that okay, your store has been there for like a few years, and every month you keep having increasing traffic. So your store is you get a lot of traffic, and it's popular around that niches. That's why a lot of product, because one of our big stores around 3,000 product, which is related to the same niche. Basically, all the product on AliExpress or even on Amazon or print on demand, we have all those product on our store. That it gives us like 3,000 backlink just for our product. Not to mention the people we share on Pinterest, we share on Facebook or Instagram, all those kind of places. Some of our product actually have a higher ranking than Amazon. So that's why the people will go to our store instead of go to Amazon because of the ranking. And then we also need to do a lot of coupon sites, a lot of coupons over there. Right? You just need to submit your own coupon using your name and let them know. This will also give you a lot of backlink. So we do a lot of this kind of thing. Easy. You just ask a VA, give them a bunch of coupon link. Yeah, just upload it for 10% off, 5% off free shipping because people always search for coupon on Google. Then you know that you have your link on there. They will feel that okay, you are a mature, creditable business. Then they will trust your site. And because of that ranking, if you override those testimonial sites, then you can you receive more on the good recommendation on the page one, and then the testimonial will be 2 or 2nd pages. And you also need to do Google search ad. We also do Google search ad. For Google search ad, it saves us a lot of money because people always search for your name on Google. Like when you search Nike, you can see Adidas is doing the ad. When you search Adidas, you can see Nike doing the ad. This is how it works. If we know that this is the 2 big branches doing it, then you can just do a Google search because you pay when people click. And for Google search, we get like 20x ROI on that one. It's just free money for us for the Google search.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
No, I love that, man. It's funny. People actually, I noticed the other day, when people search my name, there are other e-commerce people that sell courses. They run ads for when people search my name or they search eCom Empires. Anyway, super smart strategy, man. Really dropping some really good value here for people. Running a search ad for when people search your brand name, but also what you said about coupon sites.
Yeah.
Really clever. I love that. I love that so much where you're creating your own coupons. I just want to rephrase it in case anybody missed it. Creating your own coupons and putting them out there across all the coupon sites so that if people are searching, they're finding your coupon, and it's also giving you the backlink for organic SEO juice with your own site as well. That's a really, really good strategy. So I want to talk a little bit about. So there's a couple things I want to talk about when it comes to, because it sounds like you've really diversified your marketing channels as you've built these brands. But we have a question and from Marvin. He was asking about the retargeting strategy. So I heard you say that when you're testing, you're running Facebook feed only. Which I do as well. I like to test only on Facebook feed because generally, unless most of the audience is on Instagram, I figure that's where my main audience is. I want to test there to see if that's where it's a proven product before going further than that. But when you're retargeting, so your retargeting strategy, are you setting up a retargeting funnel for different events? Or are you just setting up one main ad set or that's, automatic placements? What are you setting up for your retargeting?
For retargeting, so there's let me see, around 2 things you can do. The first one is always dynamic retargeting, the one with the product catalog, the dynamic product ad. You need to set up. That one is free. I mean, it's easy to do. You just set a date that past 14 days people visit this product but do not add to carts or do not purchase, and then we market the same product to them, right? That one is automated. You should set it up. You just put like $10 to $20 there. It's always generate positive ROI. And for the single product retargeting, I always do VC, ATC, and INT, and also purchase. No purchase, just free. VC, ATC, and initial checkout. So I will separate them into 3 different assets. And if you have time, if I'm lazy, if the product is not big enough, I will just put the same ad copy as the original ad. If you have the team, you have a lot of time, you can create differently. Like maybe for the VC, you can create a coupon or free shipping coupon. And then for the initial checkout, you can do some testimonial, people using it or wearing it. And then you always need to have another campaign which is running, is always retargeting to the general visitor. What I do on that campaign is that you can go to your the testimonial site, the one that you have a lot of testimonial. You just make a small video, like using your mobile phone, just screenshot or make a screen recording of like 2,000 testimonial on my site, something like that. Then you just keep scrolling with all the people faces on it. Then you just like a general retargeting to all the people. So they know that, okay, I have seen this kind of testimonial on this website. So next time when some product marketing to them, they know this website is trustworthy. You're just waiting for the perfect product for them to buy, but you need to keep building up your brand, your exposure with them. So this is like a different rate of retargeting. But for a single product, I would do like VC, ATC, and purchase. And if you have time, 3 days, 17 days, and 30 days with different different discount. So this is more advanced, but you have time. You can you always want to do that rate. If you are running a single product store, sure, you need to do that one. But I have 3,000 product, I don't have time for that one, so I just focus a lot on front end, and then let my email and Google display ad to do all the work for me.
Yeah. So okay. So definitely you're using the product catalog, and you're using dynamic retargeting based on Facebook picking out what they looked at from your catalog, because you have so many products. So, and there was actually but by the way, before we move on, are you using automatic placements when you retarget, or are you just, because I use automatic placements, I'm curious if you set it up just for Facebook, or do you set your retargeting to automatic to everywhere?
For retargeting, I will use automatic placement.
Cool. Makes sense.
Unless for some, I have some product that they never work on automatic tasking. Like for example, if a retargeting ad is not working on automatic placement, like after you spend $20 to $30, then I will change it back to Facebook feed and let it run for 1 or 2 more days. See whether it's a problem with the automatic placement or it's a problem with the customer audience. Because sometimes you may create a customer audience, maybe set up warning, then you need to recreate again.
So an interesting question came in, and I'm actually curious about this one myself, because I've never managed as many products as you're managing, man. It's crazy. 3,000 products, right? So somebody asked how you have kind of managed or set your supply chain up to be able to be dealing with, you might be getting random orders across hundreds of different products. How do you have that all synced into one supply chain?
A lot of my seller, they are from AliExpress. So a lot of people use AliExpress, right? Unless a big product that's doing like a lot of number, then I will just private message the AliExpress seller to do another kind of like quotation, all these kind of things. But majority of my product is all linked to AliExpress. I'm using Shopify the app. Okay, if you know Shopify the app, because a lot of people use Overload. But for me, I use Shopify the app because in 2016, I can pay a one-time fee. Then I can have unlimited store and no further monthly payment. This is what we are enjoying right now. So we have a lot of store, a lot of product free of charge. And this is what we are doing with the Shopify the app. And then he will give us notification when a supplier or a product page is out of stock or any kind of notification to our email. Then we will have our customer service team to follow up on that. And then we have, then if the customer service team said, this product is out of stock, then we have another product team to look for another product from another store, and then we relink it again. So it really based on whether someone ordered the product, then we base on the trigger, and then we work on it. So to be honest, don't need to think about a lot of this kind of problem. Have sales, then you make some work on it. If no, don't worry about too much. Just worry on scaling and finding the next winner. This is how our business mindset should be working. You are the boss in charge. Just keep finding out more new product. And other things, delegate to your customer service team to handle it. This is how we keep.
That's my next question for you, because so I get what you're saying. You're testing all these products. You're just using AliExpress for the initial sales, and if something proves to be a winner, you can scale. You're moving it to a private supplier, right? That you already have a relationship with a supplier. So then the obvious question is, you must have a fantastic customer support team, because obviously a lot of these products coming from AliExpress suppliers might be 3 to 4 week shipping. Maybe not always, right? Like sometimes there's decent suppliers that can get it there in 2 weeks, but obviously in the months of March, April, and even May right now, shipping being so delayed. So Let's jump into that for a little bit and just get kind of your, how are you managing your customer service team to make sure that you're not getting a ton of refunds, chargebacks, people that are, just generally upset about shipping times?
Okay, so the first thing you need to do right now is just put a big sign on your website saying that because of the COVID-19, there must be some delay in shipping because you cannot estimate it. Even the country, even the government cannot estimate the time, right? So you just need to be really open to them. You just put a sign on it, and maybe even on an email, and even on your portal page. Just make sure they understand the situation. They are not expecting that your warehouse is just next to them, that you can get it in 2 days. Not like that. It's never gonna happen because even all the product in USA now, they're out of stock. They need to wait for the China to ship it there. It's just because all the ferry, all the airplane is stopping right now. So you just need to let them know the situation. You need to have a template that how you can reply your customer. And then sure, you need to have a very strong customer service team. For me, this is the first team I built is my customer service team. I fly to Philippines, I open my first VA company. We have 20 people working there, and 7 of them right now only working for my own team. Okay, we have our own SOP, we have our own system, own reply for them to use it. Basically, I didn't create it. I let my manager over there to based on what other people are replying, and then we create our own ways to do it. So normally when someone asks for a cancellation, this is what happened. Most of them place their first order. They will tell you that, okay, I want to cancel it because you said that you took 3 to 4 weeks to cancel. Then we will try to persuade them, tell them the reason and all these kind of things. And then we also need to tell them that, okay, because you ordered it already with a sales price, that's very difficult for us to offer you a refund. But I can give you another gift card that you can buy on another time. Okay, but still, if you like it, then we just refund it because we do have costs on it, right? We just refund it, and it's better than they dispute it. Okay, refund is way better than dispute. When you dispute, you're gonna have reserve on your PayPal. You're gonna have reserve on Stripe. We are so lucky that for the past 3 to 4 years, we never have a reserve on our PayPal account and Stripe account of our store. Even we are doing 10 to 20 cases per day. Never have an issue because we do a really good relationship with the customer and also with your PayPal manager or Stripe manager. This is what you have to do before you scale up. You give your PayPal manager a call. Okay, I'm gonna scale to 10K a day. Help me to tell your risk management team that I'm gonna scale up. And also Stripe, give them a call, let them know first before you scale up. Okay, but not do it when you are just doing 500 a day. Do it like you are 1K or 2K already. You know you hit a big winner. Give them a call, and then also we do really nice with your customer service. Try to offer them, to be honest, pay higher with your customer service team. The first VA I hired in 2016, I paid $20 per hour for her.
Wow, really? Wow, man.
But she know I'm the one who willing to pay. She's gonna push out 200, even 300% of the hard work to me, right? Because I'm the one paying the highest amount, all the work, all the freelancer.com, all these kind of things. Then that woman, I even pay her to fly to Hong Kong to have dinner together. We spent 2 to 3 days together. We did let her to have a trip, and then now she become my CEO of the VA company. Now she's now in Australia with her husband, and all the team is automated. I'm not okay. I just invest like 30% of the stock share of that company. I'm not earning free money from the company. And this is how business works, right? You pay high. The people know that you have a dream. They're gonna work hard for you. They're gonna create business for you. It's always about sharing the profits with the team. That's how you can scale. Even though people say, okay, yeah, you make 36K per day. You make it a lot of money. Yeah, if you look at like a personal view, you can make a lot of money. But you need to know that you have a team on it. Because without a team, you are nothing. Basically, without a team, you're nothing. If you don't willing to build your team with money and sharing, you cannot build anything that's sustainable. You will just be a one-man gang for a few years. A lot of my friends that I met like 2016 on Facebook, they now are still struggling because they may not have a team yet. I said, what have you done for the past few years? You're still working there alone, then that's the reason why you're still there, right? Always look at a big structure, that's how you can build from it. Especially start with your CS team, because they are the one to help you save money and maybe upsell the customer to buy more stuff. And then you can split the problem with them if your customer service team help you make another order. Yeah.
Great, man. It's such an underrated and really under talked about part of this whole drop shipping world. It's everybody wants to talk about scaling. Nobody wants to talk about customer service teams, but I 100% agree with you. You can't scale. I mean, you can. And I know people that have scaled hard without having customer service in place, and then they just end up with thousands and thousands of dollars in refunds. Their Stripe account gets shut down, their PayPal account gets shut down, and they lose the whole store, right? Like you just can't do it without a good customer service team in place. And I love, you mentioned a couple great things in there, like definitely the customer service team. Mentioned calling Stripe, calling PayPal, also a really good tip. That you can call them ahead of time to let them know you're expecting to make more money, and that they should be prepared for that. And PayPal, listen, I know the horror stories about PayPal. For as much as bad rap PayPal gets, I've called them several times. They're always very helpful on the phone. Like if you call them before it happens, right? Like you have to talk to them before it happens, not after it happens. And then also, man, you're a good dude. You paid $20 an hour. That I've never heard somebody. That's fantastic. That's such a great point of leadership. Paying somebody and then bringing them up in the team. I think that's a fantastic lesson for people. I really like that. So now let's switch into. And by the way, man, this is like somebody dropped a comment. I don't know if you see it, saying great golden nuggets, lots of value. So this really good stuff here.
On my Facebook, yes, friend.
So now I want to switch back into something a little bit more technical with the ads. So because I saw somebody ask this earlier, and I think it's a good question. So when you identify a winning ad set that's working, like you identify a product that's working with this audience, what is your next step from scaling that from $5 a day? I think you said you move that product then, and you'll start testing it against a lot of audiences. But at what point do you start to scale the budget?
Okay. The easiest way to do is when a product or when a single asset got like 3 purchases, and at the same time the ROI is more than 3x. Okay, I will always use this standard 3x ROI and 3 purchases. Then I will duplicate it 3 times, okay, and double the budget. So this is why I do the easiest way. Just if you have $5 USD per product, per asset, if this asset got 3 sales and then the ROI is more than 3x in the past 7 days, then you just duplicate the same asset 3 times, okay, and then you put the double the budget, which is $10 US. And if that $10 US working for 3x and also 3 purchase, you duplicate again with like $20 US, and then just bit by bit slowly scale it up, and then pause the asset after he reached the CPA, like $15 US, no sales, then you cut the one that's not working. So this is the easiest way for you to scale up one single interest. But now a lot of CPO is working right now, right? So when we talk about CPO, if the asset get 5 sales and the ROI is also more than 3x, then I will move it to a CPO with $50 US and duplicate it 5 times. So 5 same assets with $50 US. Normally it will work most of the, because you have already pre-proven it with the asset budget, which is 5 purchase and 3x ROI. Then you just duplicate it again after you get consistent ROI, but still keep pushing out more single interest assets. This is how you can get a lot of duplicated 3x ROI 3 purchase asset. Then you can have a consistent return on investment on your campaign.
Yeah, you're building out the foundation, which is where you're duplicating these ad sets at smaller budgets, but then if it's doing really well, you're taking it to a CBO, which is what I love that, because that's what I do when I have something that is getting 3 to 5 purchases and it's profitable. Then I will duplicate it 5 times into a CBO. The only difference is I started $100 on the CBO, and it works fantastic. I mean, then you turn off the losers that don't perform, and you let it optimize for the rest of the ad sets that do perform, and then that is basically automated. From there, when you have these CBOs that are running, what's your process of scaling CBOs? Because I find for me there's generally a couple ways. You can either increase the budget on the CBO, obviously. You can duplicate the CBO to a higher budget, or you could just duplicate the CBO out multiple times to the same budget. So what is your preferred method that you do?
If you have a budget, if it's a very big winner, I will do all of what you are doing, what you have told me.
Okay.
But for a simpler version, I will just duplicate and double the budget. And I will turn, for example, a lot of my other CPO that's really working for the past few weeks that I tested is like we have lots of interest in the same CPO, right? Like we put 150 or 200 USD on that CPO. That it works. Sure, we're going to turn off some of the poor performing assets, right? But when I duplicate the same campaign, I will turn on all the remaining assets. Just I will keep it fresh and let it to re-optimize again. Because sometimes Facebook don't optimize on the first campaign because you think that this interest is not working. But when you redo it again with the new interest, new campaign, it will try to divert more budget into the lower performing assets, and maybe it can become another winner. So even with the same CBO that like 10 or 20 inches inside, you can keep duplicating the same one for like 5 to 10 times even. Then you will just keep you consistent results because there are big single inches, like 10 or 20 million size in that. Then you have 20 of them inside. Then you can just keep doing it because Facebook always know the winner because you are keep giving them enough pixel data to fire, so he can keep finding you more winner. Basically what we made it.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree, always keeping it fresh because every time you duplicate it, Facebook is starting over, right? So you don't really know which ones are going to perform, if they're going to perform the same or whatever. Here's an interesting question that just came in. Somebody else said amazing content, by the way. So good stuff here, Yik. So another person asked a question and asked if you're ever narrowing down when you're scaling and you notice maybe a certain demographic is outperforming the rest of it. Like they use an example, you notice, say, ages 35 to 44 is getting most of your sales. Are you just on that demographic, or do you keep it just let Facebook do its thing?
Yeah, let Facebook do its things. I would maximum I would do is just male and female, and then or underperforming country. Like I always start with worldwide. Okay, I just let worldwide and let they find a winner for me. And you found that maybe I think past few weeks in one of my product, it doesn't work in UK. You spend like a lot of money on UK, but just get like 0 point something ROI. Then I will just exclude UK for all my remaining product or campaign for that product. And then really based on whether you have enough data to make a decision. I never exclude like all these kind of things unless you have more than 100 sales that you can really prove that where the sales coming from. Otherwise, there's no point to do it in the very beginning. Unless it's the female product and man product, then you sure you want to separate it. But otherwise, just let Facebook do its things.
Okay, so that brings up an interesting. So I heard you mention that earlier, and now you mentioned it again. So I'm curious to talk about that. You always start off testing worldwide. So you just type in worldwide in your targeting, and you just let it run. I assume English only. You set it to English language only. No, you don't even set it to English language. Wow, that's interesting because I usually worldwide is a scaling strategy for me. I like to test in the US, and if it works, then take it larger. So are you? A couple questions about this I think that are really cool. So one, are you running the currency sort of converter app on your store?
USD.
So only. You're just USD only, no currency converter app, running worldwide without the English placement. And then at what point are you, like at what level of spend are you kind of looking at the best performing countries and then do you eventually segment it out? Or are you completely like with your stores right now that you're getting these your record day combined across them at 37K? Is that all worldwide, or have you at this point segmented some out to best performing countries?
95% of them is worldwide.
Wow.
I don't because that's how you can keep a campaign keep running and running and running. Like that okay, this week USA's people is online. Okay, let's do more marketing to USA. Oh, another week, Asian countries having their holiday. Let's do more Asian holiday promotion. And this is let Facebook do its work. But for some time, if this interest is working really, really well, and suddenly it die off, then what I do, I would duplicate it, and I would just put the top 5 countries inside, which is the big 5, like those big 5 countries inside. Then I will try to revive it again, see whether it will work. If I narrow it down to the English only country. If not, then I will just keep doing worldwide. Yeah, basically, I just doing worldwide. I keep the process really, really simple because Facebook know the data. Facebook know where the purchases are, and he know your style is in English. He know everything. He know you're selling in USD. So sure, he's gonna find someone people he prefer more USD, and they have bought some USD product from other USD store. then they will just target those people and then they come to you. Unless you see they spend lots of money in India or Philippines, all those of non-performing country, then you need to exclude those countries. But most of the time, it always works. Because some people from Norway, from all other places, they may buy 200 or 300 USD order from your store. And this is how you can bank in a lot of ROI on it. Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting to me, man. Like you're kind of, I love this because you're kind of letting people know what's possible, right? Like you are literally from a technical standpoint, right? Obviously you've done a lot of things, right? You know what you're doing, but from a technical standpoint, like when you look at it, it's a very simple method of worldwide targeting and using image ads that you're getting from AliExpress, right? I'm sure you have fantastic branding on your store, but just at the face of it, letting people know that drop shipping like that is still possible and that you can still start a business that way and you can still scale to really, really big days that way. That's really cool. Glad we got a chance to talk on here. So somebody asked about the currency converter, and I'm curious because I've run worldwide before too, and I've never really come to a definitive answer myself on this one. Do you find that did you test it and it found that it just didn't convert as well? Or did you just kind of never test it and it always worked, so you just always kept it that way?
I never tested it. Because
never tested it. Okay.
I always try to follow the brand store. A lot of brand store, they don't change the currency, right? They just keep the currency USD. True. Okay, this is a premium store. It's from the US. If I buy something from there, I need to pay more money on that. That's why they will buy from your store instead of other local currency store. But if you really only targeting like Italian style, German location, sure, you need to have a very localized website because those people they don't know English. They prefer buying from their local store. For those, it's a very big market. If you know their languages, then you can go there. For me, I have no experience on it. I will just keep on with the worldwide one because because we are from Hong Kong, we also often buy from USA store, which is in USD, because our credit card can pay for it. Then we just buy it. It's easiest for us to do the calculation. Then I just use my common sense that what other people will think it like that. Then I will just, don't change the conversion. Because when you use the currency converter, the pricing is a little bit stupid. Like,
yeah.
You don't know. Even for us, when you look at that, it doesn't make sense. So I need to turn it back to USD so I know whether it makes sense or not. So I will just keep using USD. And easiest for my team to do the pricing structure also.
Yeah, it makes sense. I agree. That's why the currency converter sometimes just looks kind of corny the way it has those little flags up there, and like I get what you mean. So let's talk briefly. I mean, we're gonna start wrapping it up here. I said we'd keep it to about an hour. Man, this went by quick. It's been a fantastic conversation. So briefly, let's talk about like your diversifying, right? So I assume obviously you built a fantastic email list. So let's talk about that quickly. Like, are you sending consistent promotions every week to the email list that you have?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, cool. For every store. So you're just constantly you have new promotions going out. Are you testing new products, or are you using your email list to test new product ideas?
Yep. We do all three at the same week. We have the new product maybe on Monday. Then we have some special promotion on some collection on Wednesday, and then we have like another special promotion or content post on another day. So you need to invest some money on your email guide. You need to hire someone to do that consistently because you need to train your customer to open email every day or every week, so that later on when you do promotion on Black Friday or whatever promotion, they already have a habit to open your email, and also combine it together with ManyChat. Then you even have better results on it.
Yep. Cool. And so are you also using Pinterest and Instagram? Like, are you building your own profiles there and sharing content there and like seeing good traction from building out your brand across these different social channels?
Yep. For Pinterest, I know it used to have a Pinterest ad or Pinterest channel on Shopify, right? But now they remove it. It used to be very easy. You can just synchronize all your product to Pinterest. You can see 1,000 products over there. But now they remove it. But for me, we always do content posts over there. We just keep doing it because you can use whole suite for that one. And then for interest, but for Instagram, we have a few accounts, and they are all at around 50K follower. We build it all by organic. We just post content, post product, post content, product, no follow, unfollow. Then you just take some time, you get attraction, the Instagram will help you to promote it, because not many people are willing to do a niche store combined with content posts at the same time. So you just need to keep doing it, and then Instagram will give you free traffic.
Okay, cool. Man, I love it, man. This has been fantastic. What are just some closing thoughts, I guess, because we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. It's been about 55 minutes, and I like to keep these to about an hour. So there's just some closing thoughts, I guess, for people that are watching, that are thinking about, overall, like your thought process of how you took your products from from where you were to the $37,000 in a day.
Okay, so my closing thoughts, right? Okay, I will let you know that this is really a mindset thing. Don't look for solution, don't look for method. You need to trust yourself that you can make millions in a year. You need to trust yourself that you can be a very rich guy. It's always happen like that. If you think that you cannot achieve anything, you never achieve anything. This is what I learned for the past few months, to be honest. We pay a very high coaching fee, like 100K USD, to go into some kind of community. All those people are millionaire. They just tell you one thing. Okay, you need to believe that you can be rich. You don't need to search for outside for any kind of method. You come here for my life, for our interview, you can have a lot of solution. But still, the method works for me doesn't mean it will work for your store, because I have been doing it based on what happening with my store. So I have my strategy. It doesn't mean it work for you, because every ad account, every pages, they have their own optimization. You can try to use it, but like A/B testing, but you don't come back to me to complain for me that my method does not work for you, because it depends on case by case basis. You need to really believe that you need to have your own ways to make millions for yourself. Don't look for outside for solution, because that's what I know. Maybe Nick have been doing meditation for days. Okay, I always do meditation every day. I always ask myself, what should I do next? I'm not go out there to look for solution. Outside is just for updates of the market. But you need to calm it down, sit down and ask yourself, ask your wife or ask your family what you really want. You open an e-commerce store not just for making money. I open my e-commerce stores as a company to help feed my family, to help feed my staff. We have 20 staff working for me, or even 30 staff working for me. We are serving 30 families, like 100 people together at the same time, counting on our businesses. So if you have a bigger purpose, you will not slow down. You never slow down, because you have 100 people counting on you. And that's why you can keep improving. Okay, this is the really important concept that you guys have to understand. Not just go to all kind of courses. Yeah, I buy courses. It works, it won't work, because you don't trust yourself can do it. For me, I didn't buy a lot of courses for the past 3 years. There's no point for us to buy new courses, because it's your own business. Okay, so yeah, if you want to know more about what I do, I have a YouTube channel. I start for the last month. Okay, we have around 200 subscribers. I only talk about mindset, how to conquer your fear, how to make money's work, all these kind of things. Okay, maybe Nick can help me drop the link for them if it's possible. Okay, because I do it all free for charge. What I do with my fiance, we just want to change 1 million people of life. We just want them to really understand that everyone is fair, everyone is the same. You have the own ability to achieve the big things. Just because of your mindset is poor, maybe it's because of family, because of your childhood, to make you feel that, okay, I cannot do big things. That's why you are quite small inside. But for us, you know that our power is infinity. It's you cannot determine. You cannot count how much power you can do. You can be the next Steve Jobs. You can be the next Bill Gates. You can be the next Ma Yuan. Right? You just need to trust yourself to do it. Like what Nick is doing right now is really changing the e-commerce industry, because he's the one offer you guys free courses, free interview from ourselves to let you understand that what is possible right now. Just sit down, ask yourself what you want to do, and then work your ass off. Okay, just keep doing it consistently. My system is very simple, right? I do not have a lot of things to hide, because this is what exactly I'm doing. I don't need to hide anything from you, because this is what I do it, but I do it 30 products per week. I let my team to do it. I let everyone to do it. If you can work harder than me, you can find winning product. It's always about you are willing to test 0 to 100 product as fast as you can, because within 100 product, I'm sure you're gonna find a winner. People test 10 product, they give up. Yeah, you can give up because you just test 10 product. Other people test 10 product per day. Even for 100, they never give up. That's why they become a millionaire. Think about you. Ask yourself, are you really want to achieve this? Otherwise, just go back to find your 9-to-5 work. You want to make a change? Make a change now, right? This is what I do. I always teach this thing for my staff. There's no point for you to do this kind of training if you do not work yourself as off and you don't understand what your mindset is, right? Okay, this is like kind of motivational quotes for you guys. Okay, this is just what you do. Okay.
Amazing, man. I love it. Listen, I love it. I'm not even going to add anything. I think everything that you said is perfect. The comments in here have been lit for you, man. People have loved this video, and somebody did say to drop your YouTube channel link in the comments. So if you can remember to do that after we're done here, please do. Okay. I think people would love to hear some more Yik. This has been fantastic, and seriously, there's been a lot of love on these comments. So thank you so much for your time. For being here with us, for sharing and opening up on everything. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's been amazing.
Thanks for you. Thanks for everyone coming here. So have a nice day. Go give your mom a hug. Okay, give her a call. Okay, it's Mother's Day. Make sure you need to build a very good relationship with your family. Okay. Okay. See you soon. Nick.
Awesome. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Stay safe. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Talk to you later.
Okay.